having to follow up on what has been going on the retail industry in Nigeria through Mrs. Obi. I am privileged to be here, and I just want to say thank you, Mr. Obi, for giving me this opportunity. Thank you, everyone, for being here. Umar, how you doing? Udor, how are you doing? I'm trying to get the names to say hi to everyone. Roy, um, Mwambe, hi. Hope you guys are doing well. So nice to meet everyone here once again. And my name is Nene Uluwabun, Ojakoro Uluwabun. So I'm supposed to be talking to us today on values. And so this is going to be more like an interactive session because I really want us to get this, and I want it to be practical as much as we can when we talk about values. Values has a lot to do with you. It has a lot to do with you. It starts with you. It starts with you. I don't know if anyone believes that. If you do believe that, I want to see it in the comment section. The value actually starts with you. Who are you? What do you believe of yourself? How do you see yourself? How do you start off? So it's not about just what people think. It starts with you. It starts with your self values. It starts with what you believe of yourself. It starts with what you believe you studied, or even at all you didn't go to school. Even if you didn't go to school, but you believe in yourself that this bottle that I'm inspired to make has a purpose. So you could be gifted in several ways. And if you do not have values to yourself, it would not make impact. So I still come back to say that values have a lot to do with the way you actually place value on yourself. How do you value yourself? How do you value yourself depends on how other people are going to take you. In the market, in the industry, especially in the retail industry, the way you value yourself will determine how much you value others. So I'm saying this over and over again so you would understand what value is. I don't just want to give you the interpretation of what value is from the dictionary. No, I want you to understand the practical way. For instance, if I happen to be a tailor, I make clothes, and I have learned how to make clothes, and I do not believe in my ability to sew this corner of the clothes, to join it. Knowing that this is one of my key values that I have learned in sewing, I went to tailoring school, or yes, I'm inspired, but I went to tailoring school and I've been trained, and I do not believe that I can join back and front of a dress. I would not be productive. So it has to start with you understanding yourself, knowing yourself, valuing yourself as a human being, valuing yourself that if somebody treats you like this, you would not like it. So why should I treat other people like that? If I happen to pass someone by and I do not say hello, why should I be angry tomorrow if someone passes by me tomorrow and do not say hello? The truth is because you value yourself. That's why you feel irritated. And so when you learn to value yourself, you would extend it to someone else. So in the retail environment, valuing yourself, it's so important. Placing value on yourself. Placing value doesn't matter what you were doing. It doesn't matter if you're a mechanic. It doesn't matter if you're an onion seller. It doesn't matter if you're a food seller. It doesn't matter whatever position you were. As long as you're interacting with people, you've got to learn to value yourself. And so value what you do. Value what you do. Nobody's paying your bills. This is an opportunity for you to live. And so how much value do I place on this thing? That at the end of the day, I can pay my bills. So why am I doing this thing? Is to is to help. So for instance, I am selling an eyeglass pack. Why is it whoever made it placed a value, thought over it one day and said, it's not good to be holding glasses up and down. It can break, it can whatever. And the person thought of making a glasses case. So because the person valued what he made and knew that if someone else handles it, it's going to be valuable to the person. So he decided to make it. And so now that he's made it, I am placed in a place where I've got to value this thing. It doesn't matter what it is. So you have to learn to put value on everything you are doing, starting with yourself. The moment you look down on yourself is a psychological thing. People are going to look down on you. You would indirectly project yourself to others in a very wrong way that would make them look down on you. The moment you start looking down yourself as someone that nobody this job, sorry if you're here and you don't speak pidgin, I guess we're all here, we're Nigerians. So this is Nigerian language, and you're going to hear me speak a lot of pidgin. So follow me. The moment you start feeling no be just bottle of water at the cell, and you treat it anyhow, people are going to treat you anyhow. First and foremost, it no matter whether na pure water at the cell. Now me the sell. And because I have value on myself, I carry myself, I respect myself. The fact that I'm selling this bottle of water to you means that it's because saying I me even they sell that water. Not be everybody they sell that water. You don't have a choice. So the value you place on yourself, the way you carry yourself, determine what is in your hand, how you're going to carry it. So if you don't place value on yourself, even if I give you 2 million naira today, it will not be productive. You won't value it. Even if it will just make you be happy at the moment. Oh, I get 2 million. You go happy, run around. But the moment that 2 million begins to depreciate, or something happens, you find out that because you don't value yourself, you won't even respect the person who is doing for you. If possible, it's just going to be for a moment, oga, and then afterwards. But the thing is, value yourself. Value yourself. Let the value begin with you. Let the value begin with you. How you value, how you carry yourself in the retail market, what you believe of yourself, determine what you believe of the product you're selling. What you believe of yourself determine on the position where you are kept. Now, the problem we have in Nigeria is because we haven't been valuing ourselves. We have valued jobs more than ourselves. That even when we are in that office, we most times humiliate ourselves by collecting bribe, by thinking if someone gives me a tip, that would make me make more money. No, it will not. It may not. That doesn't determine that you gave me an extra 1,000 naira after buying something. Or God, that is why I'm not saying yes sir, no. Or that, no. I value myself that if you give me, thank you. If you don't give me, I give you your change and my head is lifted high because I won't be insulted. That when I leave that position, it's not about that position, but I'm serving in that position because I respect my office, where I am. I value myself so much that this is not the least I will be. Where I'm going to, I'm on a journey. So it doesn't matter if I'm a seller right now. It doesn't matter if I'm a retail seller right now. It doesn't matter that I am giving you, I'm in front of you in the cashier point, taking money. Whether you give me or you don't give me, that's not the end of my life. I'm on a journey. So I value myself. And when I value myself, it will determine how I even spend the money I have at hand. Value. It's a whole lot that we have to begin to cultivate, especially in the retail, in our environment as young people in Nigeria. Here in abroad where I live, nobody cares if you're a fortnizer on the streets. You are the one feeding yourself. There's so much value. I won't come and talk to you anyhow because I respect myself and I respect what you do. Nobody cares if you're a pure water seller on the street. I respect myself. I know that the value of that water, you will drink water someday and you will need it. And somebody have to sell that water for you to drink it. Somebody has to sell that water for you. You will need water one day on the street. And if I happen to be the one selling it, I will not humiliate myself because I am selling water. It is because there is a need. Someone needs that water. To realize so many other things inside of you. Can you still hear me? Hello, if you can hear me, just give me a thumbs up. Hello, if you can hear me, give me a thumbs up. All right, thank you. Thank you very much. So when you begin to value yourself, you will begin to value things around you. And then as you begin to value things around you, you activate your creative mind. This is why a lot of Nigerians are not creative. We are creative in person, but we are not bold. We don't build confidence to go out there and do what we're doing because we feel like, how can I be the one doing biro? Do you remember that? Do you know that is someone that really thought of this biro? This biro has made someone a millionaire. If the person has sat down somewhere and not valued himself and say, I have to produce this biro. You see this biro? I've got to, somebody has to produce biro. And if it's me that will produce biro, it doesn't matter whether I am trekking with my leg now. It doesn't matter if I am drinking pure water right now. But the truth is someone will need my biro. It is my biro. It is my design. Somebody will need it one day, Sha. So it is the value the person has placed on this product that has made he or she produced it. And because he knows that somebody will need it and you begin to push it in the market, you find out that people begin to buy it. So I'm going to talk with you on practical terms. I'm one person that you cannot look, even while I was back home, you can't look down on me. I did all manner of businesses. As long as I meet your need, I put value on your table, which is this pure water that is valued. You drink water. There's nobody in the world that doesn't drink water. So you drink water. I placed value on myself so much that I decided that as long as I am consigned, I will supply you water. And if I supply you water anyhow it will be, Sha, you would need it because I place so much value on myself. So that didn't stop me. The moment I begin to realize how creative I was, the moment I begin to realize who I was, first and foremost, I am created by God on this, and I am brought to the surface of the earth to do something, Sha, not to collect money from people, not to feed people. People that started and became somebody, they started somewhere. Whoever you are looking at, Apollo, Dangote, however they started somewhere and they were rejected. Part of the way you would know that you value yourself is even when you are rejected, when you are rejected, you don't give up on yourself. When people talk to you anyhow, you don't pull clothes and start fighting. You just look at the person and nod your head and just be like, anyway, now because you see me finish now, no problem. As we talking for house. You get up in your confidence and move on. You don't give up on yourself. Life doesn't warrant you to give up on yourself no matter what. So you get to this point where I choose to give value, add value to my community because I have value for myself. I know who I am. I am created. I'm a human being. God made me with 2 hands, 2 legs. Even people that do not have 2 hands and 2 legs. I don't know if any of you have seen this guy on Instagram. He's an Indian guy that doesn't have arm. His 2 arms have been amputated, but he draws. And he's one of the best artists in the world. He actually draws and paints with his mouth. and his pencils are in his mouth. He uses his 2 limbs that were cut to pick up the pencil, put it in his mouth and draw. He will sketch you the way you were. And at a point, I'm telling you, his artistic work, when they bring it here, is going for millions of dollars. Because he placed value on himself. He did not see the fact that his hand and his 2 hands were gone. He did not see the fact that his 2 hands were gone. No, that wasn't his focus. His focus was from inside. Your value for yourself starts from within you, inside of you. I value myself, that I know that if I bring out this thing, if I produce it, they will buy it. If I happen to be in an office where I become a receptionist, because I value myself, the way I would greet someone, I will receive someone. That's what a receptionist does. The way I will smile. Hello, sir. Thank you for being here. How are you doing, sir? Oh, you're welcome. You want to see my boss? Please take a seat. The way you carry yourself determines how you respect other people. But when you come to the job and you feel like, I know the receptionist, how much they pay me myself? I beg, God, just sit down there. I beg. And then you are grumbling. You are angry. You are not enjoying yourself. You don't place value on that position you are. Don't forget, God is watching. Apart from your bosses that are watching, God is watching. Your bosses are watching, whether you like it or not. And God himself is watching. And he's a rewarder. And your bosses tomorrow, you think these days that bosses even have cameras attached to their front office and it's right inside their office and you don't even know where it's positioned, but they're watching your every moment, your every movement and everything. And right now, even your body language, you sit down there every time. Every time you're irritated, every time you're agitated, every time, how much with this job says, I just sit down here, I just you will complain and complain and complain. They are watching you. They are the receptionists today that I know. They started as receptionists and today when they see you, they can tell your demeanor. They can tell how you carry yourself. They can tell how you value yourself. They can tell that every time they meet you, you're always angry. They can tell, oh, every time we meet this lady, she's always smiling. She's always very nice. And you don't know what they are telling your guy inside. Probably they go, is your guy's best friend that visited. And then he's talking to your guy and telling your guy, you are looking for a HR manager. But that girl in front there, she looks like a very hardworking person. And she's in short, you know what? She can even train someone. Don't you think we should promote her? It starts because you valued yourself. And then when you can't give what you don't have. Let me give. That's the word that's coming to my mind. You can't give what you don't have. The value you give when you are around people, the value you give when you are doing what you're doing is because of the much value you place on yourself. The value you carry, guy, the value that you carry as a guy, that even I'm a waitress in a restaurant. The way I carry myself, it doesn't matter whether you give me $1 or not. I will not come and kiss up to you because you dashed me $1 or because I want you to give me an extra. No, I would give you the best service. I am not looking at what you're going to give me, but I say that God sees my heart and he's the one that rewards. A lot of us, why we are where we are, is because we're not placing value. We don't even know who we are. We're not placing value on ourselves. That even when the thoughts and imaginations of things to do comes your way, the next thing you're thinking, Mike, wow, me, who know me? And then you are there looking for one director. You're there looking, Oga, see, I make this book. No, I don't need you. If I see you and I am given an opportunity to do a presentation. I can tell you the value why you need this book, why it came to me. I won't come and start tossing. The way you are tossing yourself around that person, hey, see what I did. Hey, the person is looking at it though. The person has finished saying it, and the person will tell you, come and talk to me, come and tell me. And then you go, because you have not placed value on yourself, and you're doing, hey. And then he will finish sharing your idea and tell you, you know what, I am not ready today. Meanwhile, he has carried your idea and probably picked up a phone as you're leaving, call somebody and say, guy, you get this business. Get one guy just come my office now, and he's just leaving. See, this business will make a lot of money for us. Guy, come, may we do this business. He has learned from you because you didn't place value on yourself. If you place value on yourself, when they come for you, you would know what to tell them, how to tell them, how to present yourself. And when you go, you even know that you're not, even the way that you carry yourself, when you enter the place, you can discern the person because you get value. You can tell that this person will steal my ideas. So I'm not going to say everything. You would not look down on yourself because you know what you carry. So when they ask you questions, you talk politely, you tell them what it is, you do your presentation, and then you walk away. They call you, they don't call you. My dear, just walk away and see. They will not be able to sleep because they know that when you spoke, you did not say everything. There's so much still inside of you that would still come out, and they cannot do it without you, so they have to get you involved. Your value, the value of yourself, the value of yourself you carry goes a long way. I wish Miss Obi has this picture. I sent her some of these pictures, but I'm going to share this with you. So my immediate younger brother went to HBU Bauchi, and when I was in Nigeria, and then he visits all the time. He visits me in my house. And one of these days he came to my house and he was like, sis, I've just been looking. We go to the market to buy palm oil. And there's this particular guy we buy palm oil from, my family particularly, because the guy doesn't get to mix his palm oil. My mother believes that his palm oil is pure. So when we're growing up and my mom will send us to the market, she will tell you, don't go to anybody's place. So just go to this guy's place and buy the palm oil and come back home. So we will go to this guy's house, this guy's store. And the way the guy will carry himself when he's selling the palm oil to you, hey, when this guy sells palm oil to you and the way he puts his store, he's in the market. In a market, all this line can be palm oil sellers. But the way he will carry and the way he will, meanwhile, you go to other people, when they are selling the palm oil, they will clean the oil on their body. They will rub the oil in their mouth when they are putting it. They will lick their hand or they will rub it on their head or something. But this guy, he has tissue. He has towel for everything. The way he carries himself attracts a certain kind of people to him. So my mom apparently would have gone to the market one day and seen the way this guy does this thing, and then started buying. I started calling him my son. And then she will now tell us, go. Even if it's anybody that is going to the market, if you're not buying oil from this guy, you shut. The moment you bring the oil, my mom can tell that it's not the guy you bought it from. So my brother now came home one day and said to me, you know where this guy, they take packaging oil, nene? The way this guy carries himself, the way this guy places value on this thing. Do you know what? We can be buying oil from him in large quantity and start packaging it. So I said, okay. So we went to the market. We found out how much a gallon, 25 liters of oil was from him. Then it was about 2,000 naira, so or less. So he told us. So we asked him, where does he get it in bulk? He told us that you can get it from Nsukka or you can get it from Imo State. He named some places. So my brothers came back home. We bought 25 liters from him. We came back home and we went carrying, we bought plastic in the market, 5 liters. We first bought 5 liters, then went down to buy 1 liters. We bought 5 liters, we packaged it. So we now did, printed something in the printer in the house and pasted it and then put a price to it. And by the time we started going out, and my brothers, we go to offices, well-dressed, with their tie. I have two younger brothers. With their tie, they will wear their tie. They will come to your office and tell you, sir, I have this oil, it's not diluted, it's not mixed, it's not anything. They would show you, they will present it to you, and then they will buy it from you. They will introduce what they have. And there's no how they will talk to you that you will not buy what they carry. By the time you look at them from head to toe, the way you look at them, that they are well-dressed, they speak good English, they are just not, I don't want to use the word hustle. They are doing what they know that there is value. Everybody uses palm oil. Everybody will use palm oil, Sha. Everybody will buy palm oil. So everybody cooks with palm oil in Nigeria. So let us start with that. And then I come to you and I present it, and you're not going to the market to buy it from someone that is cleaning his or her hand on their body, but it is coming to you. That's how we started our business. Today, my brothers won the award last week as one of the industrious people in Nigeria. If you go to any store, big store in Nigeria, you will see the food. It's called 100% palm oil, 100% oil, VN 100% oil, or you will see Wazobia oil. They both they now splitted, and they have, because they're both married, they now have their own brand names. But it started in the sitting room. They placed value on what they saw, and they placed value on themselves. When they left university, they did not need to work for anybody. Even when they were doing NYSC, they were producing, they had staff that was producing oil for them. At that point, when my father saw that these guys had placed value on themselves, my dad had to go back home, and then we had to use our palm kernel plantation right now, and which is not even meeting the need, the supply, the demand is not meeting it. So we still have extra suppliers here and there. But today, they're everywhere in Nigeria. They're everywhere in Nigeria, competing with Ola Ola. It started with them. In the house, when I was in the university, and I was sharing this with someone a few days ago, and my parents had issues with Savannah Bank. So my dad had to send me a letter to say to me, the money we used to give you have dropped. So if we used to give you 10,000, it has dropped to 5,000 because Savannah Bank has folded up. No money in the house. So you've got to find a way to help yourself. So when I got that letter, I looked at myself. I was valuable. I looked at myself as someone that, instead of me going and start sleeping around, disvaluing myself, sleeping around or begging people for money, begging one uncle or one auntie for money, I thought of what value can I offer. So I decided I schooled in Owerri, Imo State University. Aba is just like 1 hour, if not 45 minutes away from Owerri. So I decided to go to Aba. The money my father sent to me that month, I went to Aba. I've never been to Aba area. I went into Aba and I started looking for a way to put value on people's rooms that will make me collect the money you have inside your pocket. So I got to a point where I would go to area. If you know area very well, it's a big market, very industrious market, but there's no road. So God save you the day it rains. You will walk inside dirty water that you don't know what is inside. I would go in there, go right inside the market. Then there is this place where, yeah, that's the oil. Thank you very much. That's the oil my brothers sell in Abuja. All over. They actually produce it in Abuja. It's all over Nigeria. Thank you very much, Miss Obi. So I started thinking of what I was going to do with the money my father sent me. So instead of meeting somebody and collecting, how many times did I meet you? How many times did I tell stories? So I thought of something that will make them bring out money from their pockets. So I started going to them. I went to the market, went straight into the market where they make pants. They sew pants. Most of those pants you see that they tell you from China, a lot of them are made in Aba. So then G-string used to rain. and it was less material to make G-strings. So I would go into the market. They would tell you where to go and buy satin material, another part of the market. I will walk into inside the market. Then it was 60 by 60. They sell satin materials. I would go find nice satin material, colorful, designed and everything. I would buy. Then it was like 40 naira per yard or something. That trouser length, that very long one. So I would buy like 3. Highest 120 naira it will cost me. I will go and sit down with tailors, and within 2 hours they will produce almost 500 pants for me with that material. It's just to cut the front, do the rope behind, and put the rope by the side. You don't finish. No only front, they chop material. They just cut it as triangle, and then they add behind, they add by the side, and that's it. They sew it there. You will sit down there. They will sew it for you in less than 2 hours. They will produce your thing for you, count it for you. By the time I get back to campus, this is something I bought material 40 naira. Sewing, at least they may charge me 1 for 10 naira for sewing, or 5 naira, it depends. So it depends on how many the person is sewing. So quick, they will sew it for you. By the time I get back to school and I come out and tell you I have G-string pants, and you come to my room and you pick one, and there's nobody that buys pants and buy one, you know what it means. So girls will come and they will pick like 6 or 7. I will charge you 150 naira for one. By the time you pick 7, how much is it? You're paying me almost 1,000 naira. By the time they all pick, I have made over 10,000 naira. Even those uncles that I was going to start begging that my father has. At the end of the day, they started buying pants from me, from their own children and for their wives. I made more money than going to beg somebody because I valued myself and I thought of the value I could give. Those same uncles, by the time I now started going to Aba again, and I saw where they were making men's clothes, there and there, they will sew it for you. Linen material up and down. Not now that you have Niger Delta. Those days it was linen that men were using. When man wear and put starch, he go just stand like this, himself go stand. I would just go into the market, go down where they buy linen, buy it. Then linen was 400 naira per yard. I would buy 3 trouser lengths that I know will be okay for a man. 3 trouser lengths, isn't it 1,400 already? Sew it for like 500. Then about they will sew it for you. Iron it, package it, put it in nylon bag. I go back to campus. I'm selling it to a man, 7,000, 5,000, and then he pays me. So tell me, at the end of the day, I had money. I had money to even assist my classmates that didn't have school fees to pay. I had money. So instead of now looking at myself and feeling like, oh, I don't have money, and then my mates are going for runs in the night, I go say, I have to run, I runs, make I just go do. And in the morning, they go give us 5,000, waiting the idea. I go say, enjoy myself. Don't forget, I'm exposing myself to sex, to sexual intercourse with people I don't know. I'm exposing myself to disease. I'm exposing myself to a lot of things. So I sat down and gave myself brain. That instead of me doing that, I would rather put value on myself and give them value to pay for it. So I started. Do you know, by the time I was graduating, they were opening the Simeons. If you know the Simeons, it was a fast food, this thing that rained one time. Mr. Biggs came out and then they were going to open the Simeons in my environment. I applied for that job. And then I got it. I became a receptionist that at the end of the day, I became the PA to the owner of the company before I left. And that gave me so much confidence to meet and interact with a lot of people and different calibers of people. I'm sharing this thing to let you understand that value starts with yourself. How much of value you place on yourself. That at the end of the day, you become more productive. You become more, the value you place on yourself determines how much you can give to other people and how much you would, at the end of the day, grow confidence. At the end of the day, you become one person that is well respected in every sphere of life. Thank you so much. I guess I haven't gone off my time. I do appreciate everyone for being here. If you have questions, I want you to throw it in. First and foremost, what I thought of when rounding up right now, when I was thinking of value, was to let you know that value starts with you. How much value you place on yourself. Determine how much value you will place on something, even if it's something that doesn't look like it, but you place value on it, you will be able to sell it to anybody that comes your way. If you're in the service industry, how much value you place on yourself determine how far you will go in life. But first and foremost, value starts with you. It doesn't matter if I'm a receptionist today. It doesn't matter if I am a pump seller, a filling station seller today in the filling station. But I render service. I've got to put value on myself because it's a psychological kind of thing that emanates that people can easily pick when they associate with you. People can tell how much value you place on yourself, which is how much confidence you have in yourself, or if you don't have it. Thank you very much. God bless you. Difference between pride and value is that for value, you are in service. For pride, you feel like you are too big. They're two different things. I don't want to go biblical here. So I just want to be very, let's just talk. Let's just talk. Pride goeth before a fall. That's what the Bible says. You can tell when someone is prideful. The person may not have value, but they are so proud. The fact that, see, value is knowing who you are. First and foremost, you're human and you're made in the image and likeness of God. Let me start. Okay, I think we're going to go there now. You are made in the image and likeness of God. That is one thing you must know. So when people look at you, you are God. That's what the Bible calls you. If you are now born again, it's another level higher. But even if you're not born again, just looking at you as a human being, there's something inside of you. There is spirit, there is soul, and there is body. So that is why even when you see a dead body, there is this shock that comes upon you because when you see a dead body, whether the person is born again or not, there is this shock that comes upon you because human beings are naturally made in an image of God that carries something inside of them. So in that case, that is you. So you're a human being. Now, I can be a human being and now the difference between value is that I know I'm a human being and I know there is a reason why I'm created. Why am I created? There's a reason why I am black. Why am I black? There's a reason why I am going through what I'm going through. How do I come out of it? And you begin to think of, I have solution. I'm a human being. I'm made in God's image. I can bring solution to this problem. And you begin, I can. You begin to think of it that way. Now, someone could be prideful. He's not thinking of what can I do. A very proud person will not even think of what to do for anybody. He's thinking of, do you know who I am? Do you know me? I cannot even stand there and be looking at you and be me, give you pure water for what? Me, sell pure water. Me, as they look me from head to toe. You know who I be? It just emanates a lot of ignorance. Someone who understands value understands that I can do this thing. I am adding value. I am adding to someone. If someone drinks this water, if the person is thirsty, the person would find solution by drinking water. But someone who is prideful will sit there and say, me, sell water for what now? He's not even seeing. That is why the Bible says he's falling, because he doesn't see. He doesn't even know that there is need. He doesn't even know that there is a way to. So when you see a prideful person, you would know they are always ignorant. Let's even start with that. They know nothing. They just feel like I shouldn't be here. This is where I should be. And you forget that the principle of life is that you don't jump and get to the top. You walk when you're going through a staircase. So one step counts, and each step is a value you're adding. So there are two different things. And it's value. When you have value, it can lead to pride. No. True value doesn't lead to pride. I know who I am. I know I'm a human being. I'm a solution carrier. I know where I'm going. It is where I am going that makes me become visionary for my life. This place, this is the list. There are some confessions I used to make back in those days. I used to say, this is the least I will ever be. I will go to that abroad everybody is going to. You see that abroad, I will live there. I will go to this kind of school. I will do this. I kept telling myself, I will own my own company. At the time I left school, I registered. You see, let me even give you this. You see this gift company that they do, everybody now is delivering gifts to people and people are clapping and crying. I was one of the first people that initiated it in the early 2000s. My company was one of the first people that registered it, and Obi knows this thing I'm saying. In Abuja, I was so, as in, I would give gifts to people, people will cry. Then there was no camera phone that we could record and do all those things. Phones were just coming out then. I would sit down and think, what is the value I can add? Oh, someone's birthday. Then I even had my own. The way I did it was that I had automated. So when I meet you, I would ask you, what is your name? When is your birthday? When is your father's birthday? When is your mother? So I will call you maybe a week before your father's birthday and say, your father's birthday is tomorrow or next week. Do you have money? How much do you think you want to do this thing? Let us do it. I am adding value because I know you may not be available. I am ready for service. I made money from that angle. I left that business and went into consulting. It was in the process of meeting someone and another person recommending me. When you add value, you grow. But when you are prideful, you don't grow, you're stuck. So there are two different things, my people.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you so much. Any more questions? So I have a question here, but I think this question will probably go to one of our facilitators. I don't know who is Infinite Smart, but I think this question will be going to one of our facilitators. Our facilitators will be joining us very soon. But if you have a direct question to Mrs. Nene, it will be nice to have that question now because I don't want to keep her. I know she has a busy schedule and she's allowed to run off any time now. So if you have a direct question to Mrs. Nene, you can type it in. But if you don't, I will be adding, we could actually let Mrs. Nene go right now by just rounding it off with her so that she can go on to her other schedule. So if we don't have any questions, can people just say bye, Ma, and say thank you? Thank you so much, Ma.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. I'm sorry before I leave, Obi. I want to ask the person who, the Udor, the question you asked, was it answered? Do you feel it was clearly explained?
Mr. Udo, that is you. She's asking if your question was answered by what she said, by the explanation she gave. Ms. Udo, can you please type that in? Or was he the one? Okay, so somebody logged out and I don't know if that's the same. So that's probably him.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, ma'am.
Have a wonderful day, ma'am.
Have a wonderful day, ma'am. Thank you. Yeah. Okay, that is so good. Like, I almost did not want that session to end. I personally was pumped up just listening to her speak. Amazing session there. Causes you to think, to reflect, causes you to unlearn, to relearn, and just expound your mind to possibilities. I will just at this session, you know, add up our other facilitators for the question and answer. Ayobami Dele, sorry. Your question will be taken shortly by one of our facilitators. I'll be adding them up shortly. If you have more questions, please type them in. If you have more questions, please type them in. I don't know if Mr. Doksun is available.
Yes, I'm here. Good evening, ma'am. Or good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir. Thank you so much for joining us.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
Yes, thank you.
I don't know if Mrs. Ngozi is available too. This session will be rounding up shortly. Just give us a bit of your time. In less than 5 to 10 minutes, we'll be rounding off the session. It's just to answer some of the questions that we heard during the classes within the last few days. So, Mrs. Ngozi, are you there, please? If you're there, say hello to everyone. Mrs. Ngozi. Okay, so it's fine. Let's start with you, Mr. Dodson. So from yesterday's message, from yesterday's class, we had about a couple of questions for you while the class was ongoing. So apparently you were in class, so I don't know if I wasn't able to, I would like to read out some of those questions so that you can answer the questions. So someone asked during the class, do you invest while saving, or you save and then invest? That's the first question. The second question that was recorded was, what platforms do you recommend for investment? Yes, sir.
Okay, yeah, thank you very much for the opportunity. Hello, guys. Thank you for joining in. I'm sure that you had a swell time. Okay, so I'm going to be taking the question. Do you invest while saving, or do you save and then invest? If you remember in yesterday's class, I made a distinctive comparison or relationship. I made it clear between savings and investment. Can you hear me? If you can hear me, just give me a thumbs up so that I know that I'm communicating with the class. If you can hear me clearly, just give me a thumbs up. Let me know I'm communicating with the class. Anyone? Okay, thank you, Wamba. Thank you, Roy. All right, so I go ahead. So I made a connection between savings and investment, and what I said was, you can't just be saving without the plan to invest, because what you have actually done, if the only thing you are doing is to save, what you have done is to postpone the day you are going to spend the same money that you kept aside. So the idea of saving is to have a structured plan to ensure that the money you have saved go ahead of you to go and fetch you more money. So investment is like sending your saved money on an errand. So the concept of investing while saving, saving while investing works interchangeably the moment you start to practice the process. Let me give you a practical example of something of a plan that I kind of run when it comes to savings and investment. So I have a particular source of income whereby the money generated from that particular source, I keep it aside for a period of time, maybe 2-3 months, so that the money that is generated from that source can amount to something tangible. Are you with me? Now, when it has amounted to something tangible, let us assume in this case 100,000. I have saved up 100,000. Then I pick that 100,000 and put it in an investment that I know about. Okay? When I put it in that investment, maybe after another 3 or 4 months, that 100,000 is going to come back to me as 150,000. Are you getting it? So I have completed the process of saving and investing. Now, to answer that person's question, when I take back my investment and my capital of 150,000, I can decide to now save 50,000 from that 150 and put back that 100,000 into investment again, so that I can save up another bulk of money for another investment in another place. Do you understand the concept? So the concept is never, don't mix up the concept. Just understand that whatever thing you are doing, however way you are managing your funds, when you keep some money aside, don't let it end there. When it ends there, you have only starved yourself. So make sure that funds that you are saving, the end game is to spend that money on an errand to generate more money for you. And then have a strategy, have a structure, all right? And that is how you begin to fulfill the order of savings and investment. If that is clear, just type clear, 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 so that I can move to the next question. If it is clear, just type clear, 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 clear. Anyone? Okay, great. So moving on to the next question of what are the platforms to recommend for investment? Okay. Personally, I try as much as possible not to drive people to a particular platform. And this is why. The concept around investment is unique and peculiar to the person that wants to invest. Okay? I can't recommend the platforms that I know or that I work with because my risk level is different from your risk level. My risk appetite is different from your risk appetite. So if I'm telling you a certain platform that, oh, I recommend this platform to you, go and put your money, go and invest in this platform, right? And I am a very high risk taker. I can decide to put a lot of money into something, and I don't care if I lose 50% of it because maybe I know that on the long run, I'm going to make back my money. You might not have that patience. You might just want to put your money into something that in 3-6 months yields another return for you. So the platform I will be recommending to you will not be the platform that will work for you. That is one thing about investment. And if you're in class yesterday, you will remember I said, do not invest in something you do not understand. That is one thing you need to know. And number two, make sure you understand your risk appetite level before you start putting your money into anything. Okay, so if you know that you are the type that when you invest in something, you don't sleep well, it means you are not a high risk taker. And if you know that you are someone that will invest your money in something, even if you don't get your profit, you want your capital to be returned back to you, then you are a low risk taker. So when you understand where you are, what I advise people to do, right, when it comes to recommending is if you find yourself considering any platform, do your due diligence. Never put your money in a platform because your friends said you should put your money into that platform. Never put your money in a platform because somebody says you will get 100% returns in 30 minutes. Whatever platform you want to consider, do your due diligence. There are some platforms that you are already seeing the green light that this is a scam platform. But people's greed will still not let them know. They will still go and put money. When somebody is telling you that put 50,000, collect 200,000 in 45 minutes, you should know by yourself that anything that makes you put that 50,000 is greed. You too, you are a criminal. As like those people, right? So there are some platforms that when you see some things, you know there are pointers to you already that this is not true. I said yesterday that when it is too good to be true, then most of the time it is too good to be true. So this is what you want, this is what you should do. If you are having a challenge with trusting where to invest, if find a reliable platform that has a lot of credibility to it, either in agriculture. I'm just going to tell you areas that you can invest in, either in agriculture, either in real estate, and either in the stock market. For the stock market, if you don't know about it, don't go there. But for the agriculture and the real estate, you can make your findings of credible platform. Now, when you find one that you are considering, do your due diligence. Talk to experts. Talk to the company directly. Let me give you an example. There was a certain platform I wanted to put my money into last year, and I saw in that platform, the platform said is an agri platform. The platform said that they are insured by Leadway Insurance Company. So every investor's money is safe. Do you know what I did? in the spirit of doing my due diligence, I called Leadway. I sent a message to the support team of Leadway, and I screenshot what I saw on that platform, and I sent to them, this company by this name and this platform reported or are showcasing that you insure investors. And Leadway responded to me that they do not, that the only thing they insure is product, not investors' money. You see, so if I had put money in that place and something happened to my money, there's no backup for me. So that is what doing your due diligence can do for you. Okay. Other things that you can do is you can look out for some people who give reviews. They are on YouTube. They give review on certain investment platform. They do the due diligence and they tell you what they find out about them. So if you have any platform, you can put it on YouTube, due diligence on this particular platform. What are people saying about this particular platform? And the people that have put out this review, that have done it, they have investigated them, you will see their videos on YouTube, and it will give you a head start to knowing whether they are credible or not. I hope that answers the question, but forgive me, I will not be able to tell you, go and put your money here, go and put your money there. You are peculiar, you are unique, unless it is a one-on-one consulting situation where you are analyzed and you are recommended to. But I won't tell you, go and put your money here, go and put your money there. If that is clear, please let me see your notes. Clear. If you have other questions, you can type them out as well. Did you get my response? Is it clear? Who's responding? Okay, thank you, Apatiogwa. Thank you, Idris. Thank you, Idris. Okay. All right. I think that's about it from my point, from my hand.
For now, sir.
For now, yes. Okay, for now.
Yes, so in case any other question comes up, I'm sure that they will be able to post that in their comments.
Yes, I'm still very much here to take any more questions that they might have.
Thank you so very much, sir. I actually believe that was very explanatory, considering the fact that it's important that people analyze their risk appetite before any form of platform is recommended to them. But there are a variety that you can actually get online. Just Google investment platforms and do your due diligence. And I'm sure that you will see some. So the next question is going to Mrs. Ngozi. Mrs. Ngozi has a lot of experience working and managing retail stores. And so she will take this question by Ayobamidele, sorry for that mix up there. So Mrs. Ngozi, are you here now?
Yes, hello.
Hello, Mrs. Ngozi. Thank you so much for joining us.
Hello, everyone. Good to be here.
Welcome, ma'am. Okay, so we have a question here, and I believe that you'll be able to answer this question. In a case where we are trying to make value or to provide value to a customer, and you are introducing the product to a person who is hot-tempered, and in the process, he or she feels like you are disturbing them and washes you off. What should the person, or what should you do, because you cannot answer back? That's the question, ma'am.
Okay, well, that's a really good question, considering the fact that, remember in the during the training, I said retail, in fact, you meet a lot of crazy customers in retail. And one of the traits that you need to have as a retail employee is patience. Now, first of all, you need to have patience so that you don't flip back at the customer. Then if you, like you have said, the customer wards you off for something, at that point, you need to hand over the customer to someone else. There's this sense of relief the customer gets when there's a fresh face. You understand? when there's a fresh face, when there's someone else who comes to it, the person probably has another approach that will eventually appeal to the customer. Or just, first of all, be patient, then give the customer some space, then you ask someone else to help you attend to the customer. That's the best way to approach situations like that. And if it's a situation where you feel, because there's some customers who believe that a lot of customers actually downgrade or belittle the retail staff, maybe like the salespeople. If you notice that a customer like that, then you tell your manager or a supervisor to attend to the person.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you. I don't know if Ayobami is clear on that question. If you're clear, Ayobami, please say I'm clear and I understand. Thank you, Mrs. Ngozi. I don't think there are any more questions, but someone at the beginning of, if anybody still has questions for Mrs. Ngozi or Mr. Dotu, please, please put it up. So I will take the last question for now. I'm looking at the comment section. Okay, Ayobami has given a feedback that it's clear. Okay, so I will take the last question, which was asked at the initial by Mr. Yusuf. And he asked that, he said, or he noted that the audios of the lectures that were sent to the mails were not downloaded. I want to believe that by now, an updated mail has gone out. And in the updated mail, all the links will be working. Now, it was discovered that what was forming some sort of an issue with the links being open was a lot of people don't have Google Drive installed on their phones. So when you install Google Drive on your phone, it would open. So in that message, in that follow-up email that went out, and a link that links directly to the place where you can download and install Google Drive was attached in that mail. So you can go ahead and install Google Drive. When you do that, you can then go back to click on the link, and this time we are certain it will play. So I hope that answers your question, Mr. Yusuf. If that answers your question, Mr. Yusuf, say yes, it does. And if he's not here, if anybody had the same or similar issue and you are clear on that, just say yes, I'm clear before we round off the session. Just 2 we are clear and we are done for the day. Okay, so from Doing, Roy. All right, everyone, thank you so very much for joining this particular session. Next session is no session, but your graduation after your assessment, which will be tomorrow. So your assessment is tomorrow by 9 p.m. And that's why we went ahead to provide all the audios that you will need to prepare. So there's no excuse why you shouldn't, you shouldn't listen to those sessions. Listen, and your assessment will be by 9. All your links will be out in your emails, so please check your emails. And if you have not filled your feedback forms, I implore you to please head over to your emails right now to fill the feedback forms. Thank you very much, and do have a wonderful day.